That Burning Man is like a blank canvas. There's literally nothing there, just an empty desert, and because it's such a blank canvas, that inspires people, and things come out of people's imagination. And I think wouldn't if they didn't have such a blank canvas. Like, there's no limit to how high or how big or what you want to build. You just get heavy equipment in there and just build it. In creating pieces for Burning Man, we also think about how people are going to interact with the pieces. And for example, the SHRUMEN LUMEN, these mushroom pieces that we have, when they were at Burning Man, we had 5 of them, and it was really a delight to watch people try to figure out how to activate them. The pads that you see here at Pacific Place were actually kind of buried in the sand at Burning Man.
I think this is when people come by and discover that these pieces move and you hear them screaming out of delight, that's the most rewarding thing for me, at least. Like, you
sat there for evenings on end just watching people discover how it was you activated them. To me, that's one of the fun things about it. We deliberately made it not super clear. We don't want people to see how these things are anchored to the ground. Like, we want just for them to see the origami structure. And so there's always the challenge of how do you make sure that this thing, which is temporary, exists in a state that's really stable and almost permanent, in the sense that the wind won't bother it, the rain won't bother it. And so there's always a fair amount of effort that goes into making sure they're strong enough and solid, but anchored in a way that you can't see.
I think what's important to mention is that FoldHaus is an art collective, and we stand here now to represent the art collective, but we're not the only artists in the collective. It takes so many people. It takes people who know the lighting design, like software, like mechanical engineering. And
FoldHaus is based in San Francisco Bay Area, and there's wonderful museums there, but what I think I really get inspired by is just the rich maker community. There's so many people who make amazing works out of steel and just all sorts of other materials. Industrial art really has a home there. Burning Man started in San Francisco, I think Maker Faire did, and so if you end up in San Francisco, like, you can seek out these people who are making art cars for Burning Man and trying these other kind of new ways of creating more industrial art, and to me I like getting involved in those projects as well.